tournament. Lady Lions are in their first match. Sorry I had a long breakfast. We just now got here. Lady Lions are trailing 3-8 against the Hillsboro Volleyball Club. And since I've been here, Minneapolis has missed 5 serves. No mistakes, and that's why we're trailing. Playing against just an average Hillsboro team this year, I think. Lands with a hit. Tipped by Hillsboro. Kylie sets Alyssa George, and that's out of bounds. Just not looking very good this morning yet. And Audra Antwell's in for Lindsay Perry. Nice hit by Audra. And Hillsboro girl puts one down for a winner. 10-3. Hillsboro. Coach Mack takes a timeout. Hillsboro serving 10-3. Lady Lions are trailing here in the first game of the first match, Saturday, Hillsboro tournament, and we are playing the host team, Hillsboro. Their serve's over and no one wants it. Stephanie has got to get there. 11-3. Alyssa George, quick to the net, tips it right on over. Hillsboro recovers. Another hit, and that was deflected at the net for side out Minneapolis. This one will have to go 3 if we intend on winning. Alyssa's serve climbs up the Hillsboro girl's arm, and they send it on over on a 3-ball. I don't know where she's hitting it, but it went out of bounds. Side out Hillsboro. Nice dig by Kylie. Set to Autumn, and that's out of bounds. (12-3) Hillsboro. Tipped by Steph. Hillsboro gets to it. There, she's out of bounds. Side out Minneapolis. Let's see if we can get a serve over. Yeah. Passes into the net, and Autumn can't dig it out. Side out Hillsboro. Terrible pass. We can't pull it up. Another point, Hillsboro. The slug lands in for side out Minneapolis. 13-3. Lady Lions are trailing. Audra Antwell serving. It was a tip, and that's a point, Minneapolis, 13-4. There we got a pass up to the front. Mallory's hit is out. Hillsboro serving. Nice dig by Alyssa George. It goes right on over. It was hit so hard, and a nice block by Mallory. Maybe that'll get us going. Knox serves. And Alyssa George jumps up and hammers that one down as their pass comes across, and so does Mallory in a spot where they're not. Scored a point, Minneapolis, 13 to 5. Autumn Knox serving. We're behind. First game, first match. It's a nice serve, a lift by Hillsboro, and that's another point for the Lady Lions. That's out. Count 7 serves that were either short in the net or long in this game, and you can't win doing that. Average team that puts all their serves over is going to beat you. And the Hillsboro girl knocks one down for a point, and they're close to winning this first game. Six, 14-6. Stephanie lets that bounce off her shoulder, and the Hillsboro girl watches it drop. Side out, Minneapolis. They gave us another one. Kylie McCulloch serves. 6-14. Well, our back row mistakes and serves have killed us in this first game. Hillsboro serving for the game right here. It's 14-6. That's a left. We're going to trade sides. Coach Mack doesn't look too happy, and neither does anybody else. Girls don't look like they're having much fun. We'll trade sides and get ready for the second game here. Well, let's see if we can get a good start on this one. Lindsay Perry's going to start serving. We're down a game in this first match of the morning. Hillsboro. Okay, here we go. The ref wants to make sure everybody's there, and they are. It's in. That was a left, and she calls it. 1-0. Minneapolis. Lady Lions are in their red tops. Mallory, and it's blocked by the Hillsboro girl. could not react quick enough to get that one up. Melissa George's pass. Kylie sets Autumn, and that powers its way through to the other side of the net and drops for side out Minneapolis. And that's just what we needed to get this back on the offensive here. And Hillsboro's pass, their back row, ends up in the stands, and it's 2-0 Minneapolis. Oh, that was, yeah, she did call it. Kind of a double hit on their setter there. It kind of got hung up in her hands, and it's 3-0 Minneapolis. Autumn Knox still serving, and there's another pass that went out of bounds. That's out of bounds. Yeah, this ref over here didn't call it, but the main ref, Julie, had to get up and ask why it wasn't called, and she did call it. There we're getting our serves over, and looky there what the score is. Now, Hillsboro recovers to get that over. Stephanie's got to get there, and Mallory tips that one over. And another. She's working hard against the Hillsboro girl who is quite tall, and there's another tip by Steph. And that is out of bounds. Minneapolis is in the net. So that just ruined that. Side out Hillsboro. We're ahead 4-0. I think we're ready to play now. Melissa George. Count it. Side out Minneapolis. Kylie McCulloch serving. 4-0. And Alyssa's there to cover. She comes around for the hit or the attack on this side over here, and her kill goes into the net. Side out Hillsboro. It's a nice serve by the Hillsboro girl. Dig by Lenz. Stephanie's tip. She's not quick enough to get there. 4-1. And the Hillsboro girl dunks one in, and Lenz can't get there. 4-2, Hillsboro. Stephanie's pass goes out of bounds. And that one is way out the back. Serve is long. Side out Minneapolis. 4-3, Big Red. Mallory Goa serves. Good serve. Terrible pass by the Hillsboro girl. It sails over to their bench. And it's a point, Minneapolis. 5-3. That's a nice serve by Mal. It's short. They were there to get to it. Mal dives and digs that one up. Melissa George. Hillsboro's in the net. Scored a point, Minneapolis. Lady Lions serving Mallory Goa. And Hillsboro dunks one in. It's a tip. It drops. Side out, Hillsboro. They're serving, and they're behind 3-6. A tap by Stephanie. Hillsboro girl dives for it and saves it. Set by Kylie. Lindsay hits. Set for Alyssa George. Go up again. And that just came down on our side. 6-3 Minneapolis. Stephanie's set was a lift. Lindsay leans back and knocks it on over. Kylie passes it right on over, and so does Hillsboro. Alyssa George with the pass. Kylie with the set. Stephanie's hit is out of bounds. Seth thought someone had tipped it. Ref says no. Steph back sets Alyssa George, and that kill goes out of bounds. And that one climbs up Kylie's arm and hits her in the nose. Now we're behind 7-6, and Coach Mack wants timeout. Now the girls show signs of playing well, and then all of a sudden the back row woos come back again, and we can't get a pass, and our kills are going out of bounds. We are definitely serving better this game. I haven't seen us miss one yet, and I think that's what's kept us in this game so far. Seven to 6, Hillsboro, and they're serving still. Mallory's pass is a good one. Stephanie's set. Lindsay's hits cross court. Hillsboro digs, and they send one into our backcourt. We get a good pass, and Lindsay tips, and Hillsboro cannot get it. Side out Minneapolis, we needed that one desperately. Now, let's get a couple good serves in, and we'll be back in the offensive here. And there's a nice serve by Alyssa George. Where's our blocker? Okay. Lenz didn't know if it was coming all the way over, and it did not. Drops on Hillsboro's side. 7-7. Another nice serve. Hillsboro set. Is close to the net. They just had to bump it over. There's no one there for the kill. And there we go. Autumn Knox, court presence, saw the opening back in the corner and hit a cross-court winner to put Minneapolis ahead 8-7. Minneapolis. That's out. Nine to 7 Minneapolis. Alyssa George still serving. That's a nice serve. And Hillsboro just taps it over for a side out. Lands in our midcourt. Angular shot over to the side there, and it was in. Hillsboro serves. Short, Mallory digs. Stephanie sets. Autumn, she needs to go ahead and hit that. Alyssa George with a dig. Kylie sets Lindsay. There's another dig. I don't know what we're playing, but it's not volleyball. Don't know what we were doing there. We need to go ahead and set the thing and get a good hit. Autumn comes up and attacks the net and hits one with authority. And side out Minneapolis. That's what we need to do. 9-8 Minneapolis. And Lindsay's there for the block, but Hillsboro knocks it on over. Autumn again, and that's in. It's a good call by the line judge there, and we need to keep hitting the ball with authority. We have awesome hitters, and we're just letting them stay in the ball game if we're just doing this tapping and stuff, so I think we need to hit it. That was a left. Let them make their own mistakes and quit creating them for them. It's 11-8 Minneapolis. Hillsboro subbing. Stephanie Alderson serves. Dig by Mao. Yep, that was a left. She had both hands on it and she guided it across and down. 12-8 Minneapolis. Stephanie's serve doesn't even make it to the net. Side out Hillsboro. Hillsboro. It's a nice dig by Kylie there, and that's out. We've got to keep the ball in play. 12-9, Hillsboro. Mallory's pass. Sets Lenz for the back set. She hits one into the backcourt. Hillsboro's Dying Quell is dug out. And Autumn Knox powers one through again for a side out Minneapolis. That's just what we need. Good strong hit. Good attack. And our serve's in. Lindsay gets hers in. Alyssa George with the pass to Stephanie. Mallory goes. That's out of bounds. I think our placement, we need to worry about hitting it strong and head on, but worrying about the line. They're in the net. Thank you very much. 12-9 Minneapolis, and Autumn Knox will serve. That's a good serve. There we go. Put them on the defensive, and they're just bumping it over on a 3-ball. Stephanie's back set, Kylie. It's a good hit. Hillsboro just tips it. And I don't know what they called. Hillsboro subs. Alyssa George, nice hit. Knock it down, Mal. Atta girl. Now we're there. Tied out Minneapolis. Kylie McCulloch will serve, and we're ahead 12-9. Let's get a couple here. And that serve is good enough to handcuff the Hillsboro girl, and her pass goes across the water pipes and into the bleachers. And it's 13-9 Minneapolis. Hillsboro calls timeout. Kylie serving, 13-9 is the score. We're looking a little better here the last part of this game, and Hillsboro helping us out. Kylie sets, Alyssa George, and that doesn't get over the net. It's short, and Lindsay digs it. And Stephanie Alderson crawls over the back of Alyssa George. And it's a point Hillsboro, 13-10. That pass goes into the net from the back row, and it's another point Hillsboro, and our back row woos continue. Coach wants a timeout. 13-11, Minneapolis. There we go. Hillsboro serving. They're behind. Autumn's pass up to Kylie's good. Alyssa George tip is saved by Hillsboro, and their pass is in the net. Side out Minneapolis. 13-11. Mallory Goff will serve. It's out of bounds. Mal's having her difficulties today, but I'm sure she'll come out of it. That pass is straight up in the air, and our attacks from the back row with Autumn, which is a good deal. And they tip a nice save by Lenz as it came across, but no one else could get to that, and it's 13-12. We're ahead, and their server that tore us up last time, serving Lindsay, hits one down the line, which they dig out, and it's a 3-ball. Stephanie set. Lenz dunks it over. That's out of bounds. Okay, that'll work. 13-12 Minneapolis. We've had to hold on so far in this second game of this first match. Alyssa George's serve is a good one. Lindsay gets up to tap that down on the other side for a point. Minneapolis, we needed that one. 14-12 Minneapolis, and this is for the win, and that's it. We won it. So we've taken the second game here. I'm going to have to leave. We'll let the camera run. I think Eric McCulloch will come back and run the camera and possibly give his insight. So we won that one 15-12 and got beat the first one. I think it was 15-9, something like that. So we'll get going here with the third game here directly. We're getting ready here for the rubber game. Minneapolis needs this one to remain with a winning record in pool play in this tournament. So they need to come out early, establish themselves as the offensive, and don't look back. Hillsboro will serve first here. Third game, first match, Hillsboro tournament here. Steph's pass is up to Kylie, and she sets Mallory Goff. That's a good hit for Mal. It's good to see her get those in. It's a nice dig save by Alyssa George, but her pass goes out of bounds. Scored a point, Hillsboro, and we're behind. Steph's pass. There we go. And Hillsboro just sets that one right straight on back, and side out Minneapolis. Autumn Knox will serve now. 0-1. to get a couple here to get us in the right frame of mind, and her serve goes in the net, and we don't need any more of those, or we will be struggling here in the third game if we can't get our serves, and they return the favor. So that evened up. Nobody hurt there. Kylie will serve, and we're trailing 0-1. We can get a couple here. There we go. Serves over in good shape. Hillsboro hits a winner right on the line in our back court for a side out, Hillsboro. Alyssa George came from way back. Kylie set it right in the middle. Alyssa's fast enough to get there. Tipped it in. Side out Minneapolis. Mallory Goa serves. Just about didn't get to the net. I think she tried to dink one in. And I don't think maybe we should just go ahead and blink it on over and concentrate on getting them in. That's what they're doing. Alyssa George. Nice block by Alyssa George, and that drops in their backcourt. A stuffed kill. Side out Minneapolis. That was an excellent block by Alyssa George, and she will serve 0-1. Nice serve. That's out. And Lenz is there to tip that one down. Their pass come across the net just barely. And she gets up to put that one down on Hillsboro's side. Scored a point, Minneapolis, 2-1. Alyssa serves in. Hillsboro's pass, they're lucky to get to it, and it's a 3-ball. Mallory from the back row. And her pass sails over. Hillsboro's there to dig it. And that's a 4. Yep. 4 hits and you're out. 3-1 Minneapolis. Alyssa George still serving. She dinks one in there. Nice serve. And a nice dig. Autumn. It'll drop. Count it. 4-1. Minneapolis. Hillsboro wants a timeout. And we're looking a little better now. Third game of this first match. Big Red lost the first one, 15-9, came back to hold on and win the second one, 15-12, and they're up 4-1. I think they're starting to get warmed up. That was a lift. They didn't call it. That was too. They did call it. Count that a point is a nice set. Lindsay knocked it back to the back row, and the Hillsboro girl there caught it with both hands. 5-1 Minneapolis. It's a nice dig by Alyssa George, and Autumn Knox drops the hammer on one. Alyssa George with another nice dig. Autumn Knox. Score it. Now we're back to the kind of volleyball we've been used to seeing all through the year. Good power, fundamental volleyball. But we are not used to seeing our serves being hit out of bounds and into the net. We've served better than this through the year. And that's what kept Hillsboro in these games so far, and theirs is in the net. So nothing hurt there. They return the favor, and Stephanie Alderson will serve. 6-1 Minneapolis. And she makes sure hers is in that time. That's a good job. Good deep serve. Lands. Melissa George with the back row pass. Autumn Knox. It's tipped. It's going up and down quick. Will they get to it? Lenz is there for the block. As the Hillsboro girls started to tip it over, Lenz was there on the other side for a block, and we're up 7-1. Stephanie's serve is in there. Lenz digs it. Stephanie sets Autumn. She comes to the net quickly there. That's a tip at the net by Minneapolis, and Hillsboro's subbing. Well, I've got to go to Salina and pick up one and then come back, so Eric will run the camera, and he'll be up to turn it off after this game. I hope we carry our momentum right on through, and there's a nice save over there by Lenz, and Stephanie's hit isn't close. 7-2 Minneapolis. I can't leave. Side out Minneapolis. 7-2. Lindsay Perry serving. Let's get a couple here, Lenz. Her serve's in. It's a good one. Deep. Hillsboro just taps it across. Kylie with a set. Mallory, and that's going to drop for a point, and that's what we need to get Mallory going on the offensive here, and Minneapolis looking a lot better here, 8-2.